Welcome to part 9 of Meditation Techniques from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. This ancient text from the tradition of Kashmir Shaivism outlines 112 methods called dharanas or techniques to still the mind and experience the true nature of our existence. Most of these methods are found in many modern day meditation systems recommended for improved concentration, mindfulness, and stress management. Watch this series and check out if you too are practicing or want to pursue any of them. In the previous 8 episodes, we have explored 81 of these 112 dharanas that are practiced through breath, bodily sensations, emptiness in the inner and outer worlds, and so on and so forth. In this video, we are exploring 10 techniques, 3 of which take us beyond the confinement of the physical body, 5 help us get the mind thoughtless and then have the glimpse of the Supreme Consciousness, and 2 techniques are about understanding our Shiva nature by way of reasoning. Let us begin. Technique 82, Shloka 105.
Ghataadau yaccha vijnana michchadyam vamamantare naiva sarvagatam jatam bhavayanniti sarvagaha.
As in the analogy of pot, knowledge and desires are not only within me, but everywhere. With such contemplations, one becomes omnipresent. The pot analogy cites the one space that is the same both inside and outside of the pot. Here, that analogy is extrapolated to knowledge and desires. In Kashmir Shaivism, divine energy is supposed to exist in 3 ways: desire, knowledge, and action. By meditating on the all-pervasiveness of these energies, the practitioner realizes the all-pervasiveness of his own self. Technique 83, Shloka 106.
Grahyagrahakasam vittihi samanya sarvadehinam yoginam tu visheshosti sambandhe savadhanata.
While subject-object perception is common in all living beings, yogis are specifically cautious about the relationship between the two. This technique highlights the state of self-awareness among yogis. For the common man, whatever he perceives is separate from him. A yogi, though, is aware that everything he perceives is within the field of his consciousness and thus is one with him. Technique 84, Shloka 107.
Svavadhanya sharirepi samvittim anubhavayet apeksham swasharirasya tyaktva vyapidinairbhavet.
By abandoning concern for one's own body, one should contemplate that the same consciousness which is present in oneself is also present in other bodies. In a few days, one will be one with the all-pervading reality. To practice this technique, one should believe that he is consciousness rather than the body. Then, automatically, others too will be perceived as consciousness, and the perception of separateness between him and others gradually disappears. Technique 85, Shloka 108.
Niradharam manakritva vikalpanna vikalpayet tadatma paramatmatve bhairavo mrugalochane.
O dearite, make the mind supportless by refraining from thought constructs. Then the self becomes one with Bhairava, the state of supreme consciousness. The mind survives on thoughts, which means no thoughts, no mind. By practicing self-awareness, that is, being aware of the mental activities continuously, the mind is brought to a thoughtless state, where, like a mirror, it just reflects things as is, while the practitioner becomes aware of his all-encompassing consciousness. Technique 86, Shloka 109.
Sarvajna sarvakarta cha vyapaka parameshwaraha sa evaham shaiva dharma iti tadhyat shivo bhavet.
The Supreme Lord is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. Verily, I too have the same Shiva nature. By contemplating thus with full conviction, one becomes Shiva. This technique asks us to shift our belief from the ego self to the true self, which is part of Supreme Self. The ego self has limitations in terms of knowledge, power, and presence, whereas the Supreme Self has infinite knowledge and power, and it is present everywhere. Being part of Supreme Self, our true self also has these qualities. Technique 87, Sloka 110.
जलस्येवोर्मयो वह्ने ज्वालाभङ्ग्या प्रभारवेः ममैव भैरवस्यैता विश्वभङ्ग्यो विभेदिताः.
As waves arise from water, flames from fire, and rays from the sun, the whole universe in different forms has emanated from me, Bhairava. Just like waves or flames or rays of light are one with their respective sources, the infinitude components of the universe, including us, are born of and one with the Supreme Reality. This understanding removes the fear of separateness in us. Technique 88, Sloka 111.
भ्रान्त्वा भ्रान्त्वा शरीरेण त्वरितं भुवि पातनात् क्षोभशक्तिविरामेण परा सञ्जायते दशा.
As one swirls one's body round and round until he falls to the ground at the end, the energy of motion comes to a standstill. Then the supreme state appears. Here, when the body is put on a brisk action mode, the mind goes blank, experiencing only the sensations generated by the bodily movements. When those movements too suddenly stop, there is nothing else to experience except the awareness of our existence. Technique 89, Sloka 112.
आधारेष्वथवा शक्त्या ज्ञानाच्चित्तलयेन वा जातशक्तिसमावेश क्षोभान्ते भैरवं वपुः.
When the mind lacks energy to perceive, or when the thoughts are dissolved, the energy of agitation comes to an end, and one is absorbed into that. Then the form of Bhairava appears. This technique is helpful when we are too tired because of physical or mental exhaustion and are fully aware of this state at the same time. As the mind falls silent during such moments, what remains is pure consciousness. Technique 90, Sloka 113.
सम्प्रदायमिमं देवी शृणु सम्यक् वदाम्यहम् कैवल्यं जायते सद्यो नेत्रयोस्तब्धमात्रयोः.
O Goddess, listen as I describe this tradition in its entirety. When the eyes are fixed in a steady gaze, oneness with the Supreme Consciousness arises instantly. In this technique, the practitioner looks at an object without blinking the eyes. When there is no movement in the eyes, the mind also stops thinking, and there will be just awareness in the practitioner's consciousness. Technique 91, Sloka 114.
संकोचं कर्णयो कृत्वा यथोद्वारे तथैव च अनच्कमहलं ध्यायन् विषेद् ब्रह्मः सनातनम्.
Closing the ears as well as contracting the openings in the lower part, one should meditate on the unstruck sound within. This technique is practiced by pressing the outer flaps of the ears with the thumbs, compressing the rectum, and turning the attention inward to listen to the sound of silence. The sound is neither generated nor finished. It is just the profound stillness. With this, we are concluding part 9. In the next video, let us explore some more techniques. Thank you for watching.